Look at this nose. Can you tell what expression the owner of this nose is making? Yeah, you got that right. But how could you? If every expression tutorial that I found says that you have to focus on the eyebrows and the mouth. Well, I'm about to solve this mystery for you, and I'm also going to show you how the flow of every expression depends on the nose, including the one exception that you're thinking about. And I'm also going to show you what to do with the rest of the face. So let's start with a simple explanation, and then we will add more complex details so you can start working on more nuanced expressions. Level 1. So this is, for me, the most important rule when drawing expressions. All expressions hinge on these 3 points. The one on the top is called the root of the nose, and the other 2 are called the alar creases of the nose. Almost every movement your muscles make in order to make an expression either go to these points or go away from these points. You don't believe me? Well, let's check some simple expressions and see how they flow. Sad, angry, surprised, happy? No, there's something different going on there. We'll go back to it later. So, back to the simple way of figuring out expressions. Choose any of these 3 points and either pull or push. And of course, you can mix them up. But I'm assuming that you want something a little bit more deep than just emoji level expressions. So let's go a little bit deeper. And if you like to go deep when watching drawing tutorials, maybe you want to click like and subscribe so you can see more videos like this one. So level 2. Now that we've set up the simplest rule, let's see how we can be more complex. And just to clarify, some of these flows relate to facial muscles, but not all of them do. And I don't think that you need to learn and know the facial muscles in order to draw expressions. So let's start with the eyebrows. Eyebrows flow in 3 ways. From the center, the inner corner, and the peak. Now the peaks either go up or stay neutral, same for the center, except that the peaks don't really flow from the root of the nose, they flow from the alar crease. If not, they would be too wide. But the other 2 flows work to create the new ones in the gesture of the eyebrows. If you mix them up, you can have very different expressions with just a few changes. And something similar happens with the mouth. In most expressions, the lower corners of the mouth get away from the alar crease. Sadness, anger, especially cringing. Try to cringe and touch your neck. There's a muscle there called the platysma, and if you follow the flow, it will go from your neck, passing through the corners of your mouth into your alar crease. So 3 points. You anchor these expressions to these 3 points. But clearly, there's an expression that I have been avoiding. Yes! Smiling. Because smiles don't actually respond to this flow. See, your mouth have muscles that pull your lips wide up and also scrunch them. So if you're working on an expression that you feel that it doesn't flow from the nose, you can try this different flow to see if it works. Especially, there's this really one expression that I really like to draw, and I'm going to work on it in a bit. Level 3. As you just saw, I drew the flow for the smile as a very big and wide thing. And why is that? Ooh, this is my favorite part. See, expressions are about using the whole face. The whole face includes the nose and it includes the cheeks. This part, which every other expression tutorial forgets to talk about, but it's the part that I enjoy drawing the most. So if you're moving your lips up, you're also moving your cheeks up. And cheeks are this very big volume in your face, and when you move them up, it also affects your eyes. Try to smile without moving your cheeks up. You look like a crazy person. Now try to move your cheeks up without moving your lips up. You look even crazier. And when you move your cheeks up, your lower eyelids move a little bit up as well. And what else moves? Yeah, you got that right. The nose moves. Look at all the expressions that we've drawn already and see how the nose and the cheeks react to them. Sometimes the nostrils go up, sometimes they go down, sometimes the nose wrinkles, sometimes it stretches. It's all one big system. All of the parts affect the other ones. And that is how you manage to figure out the expression in the thumbnail. And all of this really shines if you're trying to draw a screaming face or one full of anger and rage. The nose scrunches, the cheeks and the lips go up. And this also happens on the other way too. Open your mouth real low and feel how your cheeks pull your eyelids down. It all works together, and I get the feeling that you are ready for a little bit more. So level 4, there are a few extra things that you can do to make your expressions look fantastic. 1. Don't be symmetrical, at least not always. Expressions aren't always symmetrical on one side of the face versus the other one, and sometimes you can use this to your advantage to either enhance the expression or give to your character a little bit of personality. Asymmetrical expressions can help your character look a little bit crazier or unhinged or not in control of their emotions, but it can also be used for some more normal behaviors. And there are some expressions that you can't do if you're not asymmetrical with them, like suspicion, or that DreamWorks face that they use in every single movie poster. 2. Your neck and your shoulders are also part of the expression that you're making. Well, your whole body is, if we're going to be truthful about it, but that might be a little bit too much for today. Tilt the head and move the shoulders around and give your expression an extra punch. You can use it to enhance surprise, or confusion, or flirting. Think about what your character intends to convey and think about how you would do it. Which leads me to 3. Act it out! Grab a mirror or a selfie camera and try to see what your face is doing when you're trying to make an expression. Artists and animators have been doing this since forever, so you should do it too. And also, while making expressions, watch your neck as well. Feel the tensions in your face and see if you can figure out the flow of your expression. 4. Play with the pupils. I know that this doesn't really translate to real life, but this is a really good resource that will help you a lot when trying to make expressions. Make them bigger, make them smaller, depending on the expression that you want to make. You will find a way to make that face even more expressive. Now, I know that I just listed a lot of stuff, but if you make it this far and you may be feeling like this is just a bit too much, it's not. Let's go back and see what we learned. 3 points on the nose that decide the flow of the mouth and the eyebrows. 1 big flow for the upper lips and smile. Cheeks and nose always react to the movement of the mouth. And extra, play with symmetry, neck, shoulders, and pupils. You got this. You will see that once you start getting comfortable with these expressions, you will be able to draw them so naturally that you will be able to convey a lot by just drawing the nose. Ready for a final tip? Remember that not every character will convey emotions in the same manner. A shy person doesn't smile like an extrovert, and villains don't express anger in the same manner as heroes do. I know that these are just examples, but when creating a character, it is always very useful to create a character sheet to figure out the expressions that your character is going to make. And if you want my help with that, I have a video for you, and it is right here. So go, 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 go.